A bit tonic, C major. 5, 1, 5, maybe 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1. Start again. 1. Let's go to the second. 1, 5, 6. Everything is in my mind. I don't even have to take a look at the fingers. Second, 5. Now tell me another key. Where do you want to go? Any key. D major. D major is this one.
Yes.
The fifth of D major is?
A.
So let's go to dominant of A. 5, 1. Let's make it more clear. 5, 1, 5. A little progression to confirm this key. 6. Second. 5, 1, 4. 5, 1. Now where do you want to go? Can you tell me a minor key?
E minor.
E minor. And the dominant of E minor is? Let's think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
B.
Hold on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, B minor.
No, dominant is major. Always major.
B major.
5, 1, 5, 1, 4, 5. 5, 1, 5, 1, 4, 5. 1. 4, 1. 4, 1, 4, 1. 5. 5. Let's change into E major, E7. And I go back to A minor. D7. And I go back to G major. C7, and then I go to F, which is eventually the 4 of G of C major. 5, 1, F sharp, rest 4, first and second inversion. 5, 1, sorry, 1. I'm going back to C major. A very simple kit. I can expand it, I can create my own music, but the point is always think first, and then I play. I started to work with improvisation about 15-20 years ago, I don't remember, and with all my students working this way. When you're able to play in this way, this is conversation. You know,
So what is
please.
the first tips to understanding the chord? Yeah.
Cadence.
We have to learn about the
Cadences, the one
Yeah,
we did
cadences,
before.
yeah.
Because through cadences, first of all you have to know chords,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the first step. Second step is what's the function of that
The
chord.
function,
If I tell you C major,
yeah.
like in a sentence, piano,
Yeah.
if there's not the verb, I don't know subject, object,
Yeah,
can be any.
yeah.
But if I say I'm in C major, that's the 1, 4, 5, 1. If I'm in G major, C major is the 4,
Yeah.
4, 1.
Yeah.
C major is still C major, but it's changing its function.
Yeah.
So this should be the understanding before any kind of, and that was the way, we know we have a lot of historical evidence, we cannot deny that.
Yeah.
We have a lot of evidence. All these composers learned improvisation,
Yeah.
and then eventually they could write anything they want. 1. That's C major. And Clement is shaping the C major in this way.
Yeah.
C major, 4, F major. C major again. Dominant 5, tonic. Second. First and second version 5. I cannot speak that fast. Tonic, dominant, tonic. Change 7. Change E major. Sorry, with this F. E major. Actually, it's this one. We are going to A minor. Transitory modulation to A minor. A7, we are going to D minor. D minor, which is D is the second of C. 1, 5, 1. Like when we read an English text, we understand everything. And suppose you don't know the meaning of some words, I want to show how our brain works and how we should work in music. Muzio Clementi was born in Rome. His father was a worker Suppose you don't know the meaning of father in English, but you read the sentence, you don't know the meaning, but you understand this word must be the subject of the sentence.
Yeah.
This was a worker in gold and silver.
Yeah.
So that's how our brain works. We don't know the meaning of the word, but this must be a subject. So we open the dictionary. That's the meaning of father.
Yeah.
But we already know that's a subject.
Yeah.
That's why we can communicate, work with function.
Yeah. So the music is communication.
Yes, it's a language and it's
Yeah,
based
it's a
on
language.
rules, functions. Sometimes we learn these functions in theory class. The point is we never apply into music class.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. All these greatest composers were improvisers, first of all. What I did is just a very simple example. I mean, a really beginner compared to what they could do. Mozart, Beethoven, Chopin, Brahms, they could able to improvise complete compositions. This was very easy for them to improvise. But you can see you cannot improvise if you don't think first.
Yeah.
But if we memorize only notes, it's an enormous stress for our brain.
Yeah.
How we can remember all notes? And that's what happens many times. We play the competition random, just
Stuck.
sometimes someone starts again from the beginning. Some competitors start 3, 4, 5 times from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what. So to remember what you were doing, the only chance was to start from the beginning. Of course,
Yeah.
but that's totally wrong,
Yeah.
because the learning process. G major. Sorry,
Yeah.
G major. We are going to G major and we are ending the first part in G major.
Okay.
What happens in the first part?
C and
We start
G.
in C major,
Yeah.
and G is the dominant, and we end in G major. Now G is the tonic.
Okay.
And then in the way back, there's the upside down process. We start in G major, and G is the tonic. We are in G.
Yeah.
We were in C.
C,
Now we are in
in
G.
G.
And we will go back to C.
Okay.
1, 5, 5, 1.
Oh,
1,
yeah.
5.
5, 1.
The cadence is also the big structure of a composition.
It's a secret.
No,
You
it's
tell
not.
us the secret.
No, it's not a secret. I want
We are
to make
amazing.
very clear to everyone. I want to shout, take a mic, and speak to everyone.
Yeah.
No, but I understand your point. That's why I made my own method.
We never know before you.
I totally understand.
Yes.
I know.
Since
That's why
I
I'm
studied
very
30
happy.
years ago, my teacher never.
Oh, I
told
also
me.
learned after I graduated. I know. Because I
Oh my
found a
God.
teacher that totally changed my mind. And then I studied also composition. I'm also a composer.
Okay.
10 years of composition. But the point is, if you learn how to compose, these greatest composers were improvisers, composers, performers. The problems today, we are only performers. We are not occasionally composers, but improvisation, nothing. Sometimes I want to study improvisation. Yes, you can study jazz. Okay, you can study, because in jazz, if you study jazz, improvisation is still very alive, very strong. But not because we forget the improvisation in classic style. And if you play this music, to improvise in classic style is the best way. That's in very short. Sorry if I talk too much. Later I will give you some reference.
Yeah.
Because I have my YouTube channel and Instagram page and everything. And I have a lot of educational videos where I explain all these things, cadences, how to practice, how not to practice, how to do this, how to do that. And I made this video for all of you. So please use me. Okay?
Yes, sure.
It's very, very important.
Yeah.
It's where we can also keep in touch.
Yeah.
So now, sorry if I talk too much, but the first time
No,
is very
no.
necessary to get
Yes,
into
yes.
because
The basic knowledge.
that was very
Yes.
normal back then. If we take a look at many historical references in the past
Yes.
and textbooks they use in the past,
Yes,
they're
yes.
all full of all these things I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Cadences, improvisation.
Yes,
That
yes,
was the way
cadence.
to approach music. I also wrote a book a couple of months ago. I published it about Bach
Usually
invention.
our teacher in the past only say that learning piano it's only mechanism, like memorize and doing technically, not like you say.
There are many psychological studies
Yeah.
that explain clearly why repetitions without understanding are dangerous.
Yes.
Mechanism in terms of pattern, I memorized this pattern
Yeah.
and then I can use and reuse but not mechanical memorization or mechanism without understanding.
Yes, yes, yes.
For example, when you learn math, you didn't learn 1 plus 2, 3, 1 plus 3, or 2 times 3, 5, sorry, 2 times 3, 6, 2 times 3, 6, and you
Yeah.
repeat 100 every day, every day, every day. You learn how to calculate.
Yes, yes.
So that's why when you have a longer, I don't know, 2 times 3, okay. But if you have 32 times, it's a bit more time.
Yeah.
But we know
Yeah,
how to find the solve, how to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
The repetition, the mechanic repetition, is the worst way to learn music, because there is no understanding. Because after a while, the concentration of our mind is getting lower. We get totally unnatural, because our brain is made to understand, not to repeat. We are not machines. We are not robots. I know. I am in strongly disagreement with this kind of philosophy. I know still many teachers also ask you to always use the metronome in the class and then practice. Many. That's the worst way to learn piano, because you become a robot. And then you play this music in this way. That's the
Like a
worst.
robot.
The best way to transform a person into a robot, into a machine. Music cannot be that. And we have a lot of historical evidence that this is the wrong way to approach music. Not to mention that if you Google the greatest pianist in the world, the greatest musician, jazz, classic, they say, when I practice, I work with the sound, I work with this, I work with that. But no one say, no, you have to practice metronome regular 8 hours per day. No one. And I know this still idea in many. Metronome is very dangerous in a way. Metronome is a tool for composers in a way. If I say 60 words per minute, for example, my average speed, 60 words per minute, I'm not saying 1 word per second. I am not speaking in this way. That's a robot. When we speak faster, slower, faster, it's an average. 60, 61, 65, 70, 65, 55. It's always like this. Then the average is 60. So for example, here we said 1, 2, 3, 4. The composer, okay, let's say 120. Okay, 120. Where is the problem? We play every quarter note 120, every 8 note 240, and so on. And we keep, every time, we keep the metronome as a mechanical reference. That's totally wrong. It's just a reference, so dum, 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 dum. Okay, stop the metronome, follow the music. The average is 120, but I'm not playing this way. Where is the music? Where is the understanding? Nothing, totally nothing. I know the problem. I'm totally aware about the problem. Metronome can help, but never to. I made a couple of videos about the enormous problem, or all the mistakes, that the problem we get when we practice always regular with the metronome. We don't follow the meaning of the music anymore. We follow all the beat, and this becomes the mechanical reference. No matter if you play something happy, something sad, major, minor, Chopin, Beethoven, Bach, no matter. You just follow the note. The notation was born after the music, not before. So this is just a convention. Does not mean that all 8 notes are the same, all 60 notes are the same, or it depends by the meaning, like when we speak. That's just proportion. 8 notes in one bar does not mean that they are ta 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 ta. It always depends. Sometimes it's longer, sometimes shorter. And many books explain that first sometimes a bit longer. For example, there are a lot of exceptions. So it always depends by the meaning. And in this way you can really understand when we talk about music, emotion, but we have to understand first. If we follow blindly metronome, and the only occupation for our brains to play following the metronome, how we can understand the music? We just obey to a machine.
Robot.
That's the
And
problem.
yeah. Yes.
Okay, let's play. Sorry if I shocked you too much.
It's a
But
great
it's very important
inspiration.
to
Yes,
open the mind. And
yeah, sure.
Can you start and play? Maybe we can start and play together a little bit.